Hello and welcome to TEW 2016. I am here with my first episode of Monday Night Raw. Let's get going on it. Alright, 73 B- here to start off the show. Shane and Stephanie McMahon open up Raw, and Shane says, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Tonight is a big night of action, as in the main event we have AJ Styles going up against Alberto Del Rio. And to make sure it's a fair fight, tonight Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows have been banned from the arena." When Stephanie cuts him off and says, "Tonight we also have a match between Sheamus and Apollo Cruz." Shane then says, "We're going to start off tonight with a big match between Dean Ambrose and Stardust." And Dean Ambrose makes his way down to the ring. No improvements. Okay, next segment. 70C match. I think that's a C-ish match, yeah, C+, maybe. And a bout that featured good action, good wrestling, and decent reaction from the crowd. Dean Ambrose defeated Stardust in 11:51 by pinfall with the headlock driver, Dirty Deeds. Dirt sheet, it's a good match. Stardust improved. Next segment. After the match, Chris Jericho attacks Dean Ambrose, proving that he wants more of Ambrose and he's not done with Ambrose. And that, not that great of a match, but changes, complete gimmick change. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Let's change Apollo's gimmick, because I changed his gimmick. Very good. Very good gimmick for Apollo Crews, so that'll be good. Apollo Crews defeats Sheamus. Very upset victory. Early on in his career, Apollo Crews gets a big victory over Sheamus. And then we cut to the back with Renee Young interviewing Roman Reigns about his match at Extreme Rules with AJ Styles, and Roman basically says, "I beat him last night, and I'll beat him again at Extreme Rules," where Renee Young basically cuts him off and says that AJ did in fact beat you twice last night at Payback, and Roman cuts her off and says, but if those would have stood up, I would still be champion," and then he walks away. And then Stephanie McMahon is in the back, and she announces a match for Payback. It'll be a rematch. Apollo Crews, not Payback, for Extreme Rules. It'll be Apollo Crews versus Sheamus in a... what kind of match should this be? What kind of match? Why not? A steel cage match. Apollo Crews, you get a steel cage match, brother. Actually, no. I have a better match to have a steel cage match for. I want another match to be a steel cage match. I don't want to have two on one card, so... I don't want it to be a regular match. A last man standing. That seems good. That seems like a good approach there. Apollo Crews, Sheamus, Apollo Crews gets a big match at the pay-per-view. Let's go on to the next segment. Here we have a Dudley Boyz promo where they say that Enzo got hurt last night, and that if the Dudley Boyz would have been in that match, they wouldn't have gotten hurt, because the Dudley Boyz don't get hurt, and that Bubba Ray and Devon will, whenever Enzo and Cass come back, will destroy Enzo and Cass and put them back out forever. And not such good of a promo. I didn't expect it to be. I just needed to complete the heel turns of Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Because apparently they were faces. So let's get going here in the matchup. The match did horribly because, oh man, because the weird guy messed this up really bad. Anyway, Vaudevillains win. Bad match. But then the New Day come out and save the feud totally, and just go on a riff about the Vaudevillains and New Day, just New Day. And Renee Young comes is in the back interviewing Apollo Cruz. He's so ecstatic. He just won the biggest match of his career against a former world champion, a man who was world champion just a few months ago. And Apollo Cruz is just ecstatic, and she asks him about the match at Extreme Rules, and Apollo Cruz says that he's ready for anything and everything. We see the video package between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, basically the same one they have been showing, except this one has the payback ending attached to it, where Kevin Owens just beats Sami Zayn straight up clean as a sheet in the middle of the ring. And then we cut into a match. Not that bad of a match. I expected it to be worse, to be honest. The Miz wins following an interference from Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was on commentary. Let's see here. Did Kevin Owens get 8+ for being on commentary? Nope. Okay. Anyway, well, Kevin Owens was on commentary. Attacks Sami. There was no negatives from. Oh, Sami had 1 minute. Oh, they didn't have hardly. They did good. Miz and Sami did good. And then after the match, the way I envision this, but Kevin Owens and Miz both go on to attack Sami Zayn. Cesaro comes out, gets beat down by Miz and Owens, and then Owens pop-up powerbombs Miz anyway. But then Shane comes out and makes a match for next week's Monday Night Raw, saying that next week it will be a tag team match between The Miz teaming up with Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn and Cesaro. Sami Zayn, Cesaro. Boom. Next week on Raw. And a good match. A really good women's match. I'm liking that. And Paige had the best performance, but Becky wins. It's the #1 Contenders women's match. Becky wins. And then after the match, Charlotte attacks her, but then on the screen, it is announced, there's a graphic shown for Payback. Why do I keep saying Payback? God damn it, for Extreme Rules, not a one-on-one match. God damn it. For a one-on-one steel cage match. Cage modern. Between women's, it is Becky Lynch and Charlotte in a steel cage match for the women's championship. Anyway, next segment. Tyler Breeze comes out and he says that he's done being a punching bag around here and he wants some respect and he's going to earn it, and that's why he's challenging John Cena to a match next week. Not next week, but for a match at Extreme Rules. And then he has I expected this to be about where the segment was. It did better than the segment with Tyler Breeze. Zack Ryder defeats Tyler Breeze. Zack Ryder foreshadowed a heel turn. And yeah, okay. And after the match, John Cena comes out, and while Tyler Breeze is in the ring, he accepts Tyler Breeze's challenge, and at Extreme Rules, I got it this time. John Cena will go one-on-one in just a regular straight-up match with Tyler Breeze. I am hardcore gonna try and build Tyler Breeze up, and putting him in a guy with John Cena. Obviously, he's probably not gonna win, but you know, being in a feud with John Cena, being in matches with John Cena is gonna really help him improve. Because there was no improvements in the segment, but working with a guy like John Cena just can help him improve. Anyway, this has not been a good Monday Night Raw. This has been pretty poopy, to be honest. It's my first time ever booking a show in TEW 2016, so I gotta get used to it, you know. Gotta get used to it. Rusev defeats Fandango in a squash match. Blah, blah. Yeah, it was a squash. It was just a squash match. At least one of the workers in the segment either have a turn. Oh yeah, she needs to turn her gimmick. Next segment, Shane McMahon and Stephanie are backstage, and Shane says, "You know what, Steph? I thought this would be hard to work together, but so far so good." And Stephanie then says, "Yes, I know how you feel, and I know we can both agree on the main event for next week's Raw." And Shane goes on to cuts her off, saying, "Sorry to interrupt, but I think I got this. It will be AJ Styles teaming up with Gallows and Anderson to face Roman Reigns and the Usos." Stephanie then says, "Well, I was thinking of AJ Styles teaming up with John Cena to face Reigns and Breeze, but I like your idea better." And so the main event of Raw next week is going to be the teams, no, not that, the six-man tag between, where's Gal? Did I not make them a team yet? No, I did not. Okay. Carl Anderson. Oh, I guess I cannot, because the Monmaker made him start off with a injury or something. I don't know, but he'll be back. He'll be back next week, so I just can't pre-book it yet. And a good main event. A good main event. Will it save the show? I don't know, but a super Styles Clash. Jesus. Yep, Vince just gave him that big green light and said, "AJ, I'm not just going to let you do Styles Clashes on the regular. I'm letting you do a super Styles Clash." Yeah. Anyway, a good match. The match got the crowd buzzing. It got a decent reaction from the crowd. Any improvements? Alberto Del Rio improved. Oh, man. No negatives except for declining physical ability for AJ and poor gimmick for Alberto. But, man, these two just went out there and they had one hell of a match. Just went out there and had a great match. And then Roman and AJ have a stare down in the middle of the ring. Roman comes out. AJ and him just stare each other down, and bad. Yeah, this was bad. It was a pretty bad show rating, to be honest. This is a pretty... Doing Raw, 3-hour Raw, an episode, is like so much longer than all my other usual stuff that I usually book. Even a 2-hour Raw takes about, for me to record, maybe 4 to 6 minutes. But that extra hour, man, just really has made me... It's gone 12 minutes so far. So I think this will be it. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.